for today's women's hockey game between the Lakers of Mercyhurst and your RPI Engineers. Let's meet the starters for both clubs. First, for the Lakers of Mercyhurst, a forward from Stony Creek, Ontario, number 14, sophomore Rachel Smith.
Down.
A forward from Smiths Falls, Ontario, number 4, freshman Maggie Knotts.
Down.
A forward from Thunder Bay, Ontario, number 5, freshman Sam Isbell.
Down.
A defenseman from Markham, Ontario, number 25, senior Jillian Skinner.
Down.
A defenseman from St. Thomas, Ontario, number 15, senior Captain Paige Horton.
Down.
In goal today for the Lakers from Oakville, Ontario, number 30, sophomore Sarah McDonald. And the rest of the Lakers of Mercyhurst. The head coach in his 18th season is Michael Sisley. The associate head coach is Louis Goulet. The assistant coach is
so you can
Lindsay
go over there and
March.
do it with it. You're gonna have to get a headset out.
Now introducing the starters for your RPI Engineers. A forward from Whitby, Ontario, number 6, sophomore Jamie Brixby. A forward from Toronto, Ontario, number 7, freshman Sabrina Rapaki.
Down.
A forward from Downington, Pennsylvania, number 19, junior Marissa Rasta.
Down.
A defenseman from Copenhagen, Denmark, number 9, sophomore Josephine Hansen. A defenseman from Marquette, Michigan, number 16, freshman Kirsten Iwanski.
They're in that
In goal
box.
today for the Engineers from Solitude,
box over there.
Sweden, number 35, sophomore Lovisa Salander. And the rest of the RPI Engineers.
Down.
Head coach of the Engineers in his 14th season is John Burke. The assistant coaches are Christy Cicero and Jake Anderson. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise for the playing of the national anthems of Canada and the United States.
Barrett's Hill, coming live to you from the Houston Fieldhouse. I'm joined today by Sam Casero. And Sam, today we have another matchup between the Lakers and the Engineers. Yesterday, the Lakers coming out on top 4-1. What are some things you think that RPI wants to pay attention to today and really kind of do to change the outcome of yesterday's game?
Well, really what they need to do is they need to focus on today's game. Yesterday's in the past, can't do anything about it. They can't change what happened. So what they need to do is refocus, rebound, use this as an opportunity to learn from their past mistakes and really take advantage.
Excellent points there. Today, some starters for you. A couple changes in net for RPI. We are seeing Lavisa Solander today. Kira Bombay yesterday made a career on saves in the loss. On the other side, we have Sarah McDonald, the assistant captain, replacing Jessica Convery. Her day yesterday when she managed to get the win with only 16 saves. And we are underway here. Isabel with the puck on the far side. Her attempt to pass up blocked by a couple of Engineers, but she managed to find a way to the far blue line. A little scrummy here in the neutral zone to start. Couldn't play so far, but it's eventually picked up by Josephine Hansen, who throws the puck over to her teammate Jamie Grigsby. Grigsby tossing it into the Lakers zone, where it goes behind the net and bounces out for Marissa Rasper, who gets a shot off to the far side.
Yeah, it's important to stay aggressive early. Like you said, she had a career high saves earlier, before. They need to put the pressure on and make sure to really force the boys to prove themselves.
That's a great point there. Play continues on the far side of the neutral zone, but it comes back to mid-penalty for RPI. Now it's a 3-on-1 for the Lakers. Going over a shot attempt. Did not make the net. Now controlled by the Lakers. Shot through the front of the crease, didn't get anywhere. And now the play is blown dead.
It's interesting to see what the officials saw in that play.
I think I don't know if that was an offside. The puck bounced out of the arena. They called that an offside. Face off now outside the Engineer zone, close to the bench. By the Lakers. And now throwing to the Engineer zone. Josephine Hansen going back behind her own net to grab it. Challenge there by a couple of Lakers. Eventually goes up top for Billiard. She can't handle it. Now taken by Weissler.
Lakers doing a good job keeping the puck in RPI's zone right now. That's going to lead to a lot of shots if RPI cannot find a way to get out of their zone.
Now controlled behind the net by Jennifer McCaskill. McCaskill still holding a being harassed by Josephine Hansen, but she'll find a teammate down the goal line to Billiard again, and now it's a shot through the crease by Hartwick. Finds her Billiard on the far side, and the Lakers take an early lead in this one.
RPI needs to not get discouraged. It's an early lead shot, but that also means that you have a lot of time to make up for it. There's still 18 minutes left in the first period. You need to not get discouraged yet.
That's a good point. My apologies there. I believe Hartwick will be getting the goal on that one. I don't think Billiard got hands on him. Sorry, she got her stick on the puck. Tough start for the Engineers here. Now, Springer Patchy taking the puck on the far side, but it's turned over to Skinner. Skinner finding her teammate Hartwick on the far side. Now, Jamie Grigsby carrying in for the Engineers, but is broken up there by 10 for the Lakers Woodland.
They're keeping the pressure on.
Patchy with a shot, and save again.
They're able to keep the pressure on, and force the boys themselves to the goals. They're not quite able to. There's great pressure.
Raspa, Rapacci, and Owansky, Grigsby, and Kimberly all on ice for that one. I think it was Rapacci that ended up with the goal there. We'll have to watch the replay. Just as Sam said, great job there by Raspa to apply some pressure. Able to get a shot off, bounce, and bury it in the back of the net. So some scoring here early on in this game. Now, Jamie Grigsby again carrying up the wing. She lines up for a shot blocked here by Feisler for the Lakers. Springer Patchy battling the corner. A couple of Lakers down there. She's battling Maggie Knott. Now Grigsby has possession on the near wing. Tries to find Rapacci. Marissa Rasper comes in for help. She's again on the near wing. Looks for a pass up to a teammate at the point, but there's no one there. Rapacci now chasing the puck down in her own zone. She has Isabel on her though. Owansky back over to Amanda Kimberly. Kimberly finds Megan Hayes on the board. Megan Hayes up to Springer Patchy. Able to throw it in the Lakers zone, but it's controlled by Feisler. She's got a couple of things on her. but is able to find McCaskill. McCaskill works into the neutral zone, but it's picked off by Mahonic. Mahonic now carrying it in. Goes around McCaskill with the dealing move there, walks in. Quick shot, nice save there by McDonald.
And a puck goes flying into the stands.
It's a good thing there's no one sitting in that section. No one sitting too close to that puck, actually, I should say. That was a little rebound there.
Oh, man, looks like a fan just grabbed the puck for a little souvenir.
Excellent right there. Face-off now blown dead. I believe they're saying that Hine was in an inappropriate position. Hine for the Lakers. And now it'll be McCaskill stepping in to take the face-off. McCaskill's also tossed out, however.
Scored by number 27.
Now Revillard will come in. Won by the Lakers. The scrum. Stacy now battling with Schwabi. Comes up on the wing.
Goal 1 minute 52 seconds.
And ends up in the engineer's zone. Hannah Mahonic there being chased down by Sarah Hines. Hines moves the foot. Then will throw it to the corner. We're now Ren.
Jennifer McCaskill at 1:52.
That's but Ferroli coming in. Ferroli now controlling behind her own net. Hannah Mahonic now with it. She's knocked down. The play continues. Ferroli now going through the corner. Whitney Wren comes in to help. I believe they were battling there with Whitten, I believe, for the Lakers. Now Hartwick controlling. She walks in, takes a shot, but is blocked over Taylor Schwabi. Schwabi now in her own corner. Finds Megan Hayes on the boards. Hartwick's on her, and she throws it up at Stacy for the Lakers. Grabs it and fires it back into the far corner. Now it's Ferroli. Battling with Kersey. Kersey with a goal yesterday. One of, I believe it was the first one, if I remember correctly. Beautiful power play goal. Now walking out to Hartwick. Hartwick walking to center. 1-0. Bouncing puck. The initial shot was stopped by the sprawling Marissa Slander. Hartwick's able to throw it back through the crease, however. And the Lakers are able to put in the back of the net. I believe it was Megan Whitten that got the final touch on that play. A little back and forth offensively here. Both goaltenders making, I think, 2 saves apiece. And our score is 2-1 in favor of Mercyhurst right now, so a lot of offensive stuff going on.
Yeah, we got an aggressive game to start. I love to see this.
Unfortunate. Now it's coming back in for the Lakers. It's carried in there by Frappe. She loses the puck in the corner. Josephine Hansen throws it up the wing. Now it's carried by Tremblay. Allie Tremblay throws it into the Lakers zone where it's picked up there by 15, captain Paige Horton. He throws it up, but it goes to Owanski for the Engineers. Owanski looking for Hansen on the point. She wasn't there. Paige Horton and Anna Wachkowski battle on the boards with Horton now. Eventually ends up behind the Lakers net, carried there by Frappe. Frappe pass didn't quite make what she wanted to, but she chooses to carry it in herself and throw it into the Engineers zone. Josephine Hansen now behind her own net, carrying the puck. Carries it, finds Tremblay on the boards. Tremblay can't handle the pass, and it's thrown back in by Stacy. Owanski now back in the far corner. She had Isabel on her hard, and now they battle in the corner. Shot there from 21 for the Lakers. Haddock bounced wide of the net. Looks like Isabel took a try for it, but it bounced up to Stacy, and now the Engineers are able to clear it with Hansen carrying through the neutral zone. Now the Lakers return. It's Smith carrying in. Smith makes a move. Good stop there by Larissa Slander. She had a little help there from Maria Hatchie, but nice stop there by Slander. Oh, that was an odd errant pass from behind the net out to in front. I believe it bounced off of Slander.
That certainly is an odd way to score a goal.
That was an unfortunate bounce. Now Kira Bombay will come in to try and relieve some of the pressure. An early exit here for Slander, and not a typical afternoon for her. Unfortunate for the Engineers, but now play continues. The Kimberly is battling with the Pascal in her net.
Now in goal for
Puck bounce behind the net now. Mahonic carries out. Mahonic finds Megan Hayes in neutral. Megan Hayes over to Whitney Wren. Whitney Wren carrying in the offensive zone. Typically a defense, but has moved up to forward because of a lack of personnel for the Engineers. But now it's carried in by the Lakers. Carrying through, I believe, that's number 8, Blazin, who's a defenseman, actually. Now, Schwabi throws it out to neutral zone where it's picked by Megan Hayes. Megan Hayes and Faisal battling for it, but Whitten picks it up in her own net, zone. She also her own net.
That was a good block right there.
Assisted by
Puck
number
inside
7.
the zone right now.
Great point. Taylor Schwab came in and blocked. Wooden's attempt to pass out. And now Hartwick connecting to their own zone. Hartwick going through the neutral zone. Not many people challenging her. Hartwick a couple engineers, but it's eventually broken out. And Orzo grabs the puck and throws it through the neutral zone. Paige Horton passes over to no, was it Stacy? The play continues on anyway. It was Stacy. The far corner now. A couple of engineers battling, but the Lakers come out with it. It's Kersey. Kersey walking to the front. Play's broken up. Excuse me, that's Skinner on the point. Skinner now holding the puck. Passes over to Paige Horton. Horton finds Hartwick in the near dot. Puck's in front of the net, but nothing comes of it. Safely carried out by Lindsay and finds Blake Orzo, her teammate, in the neutral zone. Orzo, a little bit of a seam, rolling the puck, unfortunately can't put the puck on the net. The engineers go for a change, as do some of the Lakers, but it's eventually calmed down behind the Lakers net by Paige Horton. Paige Horton looks for a teammate on the far side, but can't quite get it through. Engineers eventually regain possession with Mercyhurst on the near side.
The second Mercyhurst goal, scored by number 10.
But now Raspa throws the puck to the far corner. I think she was looking for a center. Dangerous pass. Great shot there by Stacy. Missed the net. Bomb shot.
Second Mercyhurst goal
Now
scored by
Maggie
number
not
10.
carrying for the Lakers. A little bit of a scrum on the blue line. Eventually goes back behind the RPI net where Wansky battles with Smith, I believe.
Yeah, good little point to point out right now is there haven't been too many shots on goal. RPI has still been doing a great job limiting those shots.
Now Grigsby now with a try. Her shot didn't have a lot on it, but McDonald was forced to make a save. Goes in the corner, which eventually picked up by Maggie Knott for Lakers. Maggie Knott working it through the neutral zone. Makes a couple of nice moves, but was eventually knocked down by Spooner Patchy. However, Gallardo, I believe, eventually found her teammate 13, Orinsky. I apologize. Yes, that is Orinsky. Said right. Now Hannah Bohonic with possession in the neutral zone. Bohonic finds Ferroli. Ferroli throws it for Hayes, but it's broken up there. Now it's carried in by the Lakers. Broken up there by a combination of Schwabe and Wren. Now Taylor Schwabe throws it in. Feisler goes back to collect the puck behind her net. Feisler walking up. She's challenged by a couple engineers, but manages to get it out to the neutral zone. Now it's Josephine Hansen, possessing in her own zone. Throws it up there for number 8 of the Lakers to intercept Blazing. It's eventually thrown in by 18 for the Lakers. Gualiardo and picked up by Josephine Hansen. Hansen now with time and space moves the puck up to Hayes. Hayes in high battle. And eventually goes out for Skinner, who finds Paige Horton on the far side. Skinner finds a teammate with Billiard. Billiard walking in. Now it's possessed there by Hine. In the corner for a little bit. Battle. Lakers walking out with it. Hine, I believe, finds Skinner. Skinner takes a nice wrister. That's gloved down by Kira Bombay. Kira Bombay, early on, being tested a little bit, I would say.
Yeah, but she's been standing up to it so far. It's been a great play so far. The score is 3-1, but we got a lot of time left in this game right now.
It's a very, very good point. As you were mentioning earlier, I think exactly what you were saying earlier. Engineers have to focus on the here and now. Oh my goodness, a quick shot off the face-off by Kersey. Kira Bombay able to make a good blocker save though, and nothing comes of the play. Quick pass out, shot by Hartwick, blocked by Bombay, and I think she may have had a little Hannah Bohonic, but now it's safely carried out by Tremblay. Tremblay throws it in to the Lakers zone, where it's picked up by Paige Horton. Paige Horton causes it back up for her teammates. I think it's Whitten that eventually gets a final touch on it before it goes to the Engineers zone. Passing over now was Hansen to Awansi. Awansi carrying, finds Grigsby on the far blue line with a beautiful stretch pass, but nothing comes of it. Broken up there by Skinner. Now Horton firing around the boards to her teammates. Engineers able to keep it in the zone. Now Rapace possesses. Rapace with a shot, blocked by Skinner. Grigsby in the corner. Finds Rapace on a nice cycle. Rapace being harassed there by Skinner, but she's able to find a little space. And I believe the Engineers are going to get a power play here. It's a good work there by Skinner. Rapace. Now it's going to Wansky. Wansky with a Hansen. Hansen with a shot. Blocked there by Whitten, unfortunately, with her hands. Oof. That doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
That does not feel nice.
Yeah, even though it's not a lot of experience right there, I can say from playing lacrosse, it hurts when something hits you in the body.
It definitely does. Unfortunately, I think she got answered over, so our best wishes to number 10, Megan Wood in there. Hopefully nothing too bad on that play. Engineers now with a power play. They went.
They're currently 13% on the season when it comes to power plays right now.
They are. And they went 0 for 3 yesterday, so hopefully they can turn them around.
And you need to capitalize on those power plays. You got the man advantage right now. Use that to your advantage and really capitalize. Down 3-1, this can help them out.
A little bit of delay there, but Kira Bombay fixed her pad. Had some early work here for her since she came in to replace Lavisa Solander. It should be noted right now that shots are 8-3 in favor of the Lakers, and our score is 3-1. Stacy possessing in the near corner, throws it around for Casca, but it's picked up by Josephine Hansen. Hansen walking in, she is tossed down, which would have been a nice hip check in the men's game. But the referees did not think it was appropriate for the women's game.
Yeah.
I think that was number 2, Feisler. Samantha Feisler will join her teammate in the box.
They got a 5-3 advantage now. This is a really great opportunity to score a goal, make up some ground right now. You can make that score 2-3, cut into that deficit.
Absolutely. So 2 really good, I should say, 2 good offensive players, Hartman and Feisler in the box for the Lakers. Hopefully the Engineers can capitalize just the same thing on this 5-3 advantage. Hansen now handling the puck. She finds a Patch on the far side. Patch it back to Hansen. Hansen to Bohonic. Bohonic down to Raspa. Raspa back to Bohonic. Bohonic looks for Apache on the far side, but Apache can't quite go on the pass. Apache up to Hansen.
Lakers doing a good job, not allowing a good shot.
Hansen to Bohonic. Bohonic shot, and unfortunately missed the net. Up to Hansen. Hansen down to Apache. Apache over. It was good log there by McDonald. It's eventually cleared by the Lakers. As you're saying, Sam, sorry.
No, it's one of those, they're doing a good job not allowing any clear shots on that. Despite being down 2 people, they're doing a great job. You gotta applaud the Lakers on their effort.
Absolutely. As we know, McDonald actually broke up a centering pass from Apache. Good job there by the goaltender with an aggressive little poke check. Unfortunately, now the Lakers return with Smith carrying the puck in the injury zone. Smith walking through a couple of engineers, and Kira Bombay has to make the stop. I think we are gonna get a call on the engineers. Whitney Wren will be going to the box for a holding call. Smith with a good effort there, able to walk through a few engineers and get a shot off. Bombay equal to the task though. So now we will play 4-on-3 for 45 seconds until we'll have a 4-on-4. About 9 seconds after that, the Lakers will go on power play. Yesterday, the Lakers had a power play goal actually.
Yeah, let's see if they can argue. It's one of those, they're going to have about a minute of actual power play advantage. Be interesting to see what they can do with that.
Actually, I apologize. We are going to have 2 penalties on RPI. Sorry, excuse me. Captain Hill will also go to the box. I'm not quite sure what her call is. But now we play 3-on-3, which is definitely not seen a lot for about 30 seconds. It was hooking on Captain Lindsay Hilla. The Lakers are possessing right now.
Gotta say, the ice feels a little empty right now.
There is a lot of space out there, which could work there. Blazing, carrying down the near side. Blazing with a pass across. Oh, goodness gracious. I believe his knot was right there for a possible tip in. Hannah Bohonic had to take a penalty in order to avoid a for sure tap-in goal there. Knot and Blazing almost combined there for another goal by the Lakers. As Sam was saying, with 3-on-3, there's an incredible amount of space, and just to add to what you're saying, the Lakers have shown they have a couple very fast forwards and a very fast D. This might play to their advantage right now.
Yeah, the good thing about having 3-on-3 is there's a lot of clear ice to play with. Not as many bodies on the ice. A lot of area to move around. Lots of shots, too.
Paige Horton now possessing for the Lakers. Pass over to their teammate Skinner. Skinner back to Horton. Horton down to 14th Smith. It's broken up there. Grigsby now possessing behind her on net. Grigsby. Smith puts a stick on her, but she's able to hold on. Eventually throws it where Skinner's able to pick it off. Skinner back down to Smith. Now the Lakers have the advantage to 4-on-5. Hartman comes in, walks through, and Amanda Kimberly makes a nice diving block. Lubanski throws it down to the Lakers zone.
Whoops.
Yeah, RPI doing a good job keeping the puck in the Lakers zone right now. They're down 2 people. They can do this, though. They're doing a good job so far.
I would agree with you, and in fact, the Lakers help out their cause right there by getting called for an offsides.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to remind you, Rensselaer is proud to announce that we are now into
So it's kind of an odd situation here. We're going to have a 5-on-3 for about a minute longer. And then after that, it will be, I believe, a 5-on-4 until Hannah Bohanik's penalty also expires. But a 5-on-3 here for the Lakers. And now it's Skinner walking into the RPI zone. Skinner holding at the blue line. She waits for her teammates to get in position. Passes over to Paige Horton. Across over to Hartwick. Shot blocked by Kira Bombay. Sliding save there for Bombay. Oh, goodness. That was a beauty. I believe it was Sarah Hine threw a pass out from behind the left side of the net, able to find Hartwick on the side. Hartwick with a good chance there, but Bombay.
Bombay's doing a good job since taking over for Solander. It's been very fun to watch.
It has been, definitely. As I mentioned earlier, she had a career high 31 saves yesterday in the loss, but she did play quite admirably despite that. And here definitely seems to have settled in very nicely.
When you got the hot hand, you put them into play.
Indeed, indeed. Face-off won by the Lakers. It's worked up to Skinner. Bouncing puck, but she walks across with it anyway. Walks across, it finds Hartwick down. Hartwick not able to put a quick pass up to Horton. Horton now carries, lines up for a fake shot, but finds Skinner. Skinner! Shot and blocked by Hansen. Down to Hine. Hine's attempted pass blocked by Hansen. Nice job by Josephine Hansen there. But the Paige Horton takes a drive that misses the net. That had some speed on it. Now Skinner possesses. Skinner walking to the middle. Shot! Save Bombay! A beautiful rebound attempt, also saved by Bombay. Used her stick to keep it out of the net. My goodness. Skinner with it at the point. Skinner finds Hines down at the blue line. Up to Horton. Shot by Horton. Blocked by Jamie Grigsby.
Doing a good job here. Now they got a man back. Let's see if they can hold it off for another 2 minutes. She's
Shot
doing great.
Goes wide by Horton. Now Smith for the Lakers comes on. Unfortunately, there's a delayed penalty here on the Engineers. Shot. Saved by Kira Bombay. That was a blistering shot from a Kersey. Oh, there's a little hitting behind the net, behind the play, excuse me. So actually, as you were saying, the delayed penalty came when both of the Engineers whose penalties expired, I believe it was Hilwa and Wren, they both came on to the ice. And unfortunately, they were still supposed to be man down because Bohanik is still in the penalty box. So they should have been a man down for another minute 30.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a loss in concentration on that one. It happens sometimes. It's an unusual situation to be there in the first place. So you can understand the confusion.
Definitely. And if anyone was curious as to what was happening in that last play, why the Engineers weren't touching the puck, they were trying to wind down as much of the time on Bohanik's penalty as they can. And that's totally legal to do. On a delayed penalty, the whistle blows as soon as the offending team touches the puck. So it was a nice little strategy move to try and help combat their strategy lapse, if we will, previously.
Hey, when something happens, you do everything you can to make up for it.
Definitely. Now, a little bit of discussion going on here with the referees. I think they're trying to decide whether what's occurring with this bench minor. Both the captains, Hilwa and Horton, come over. Horton, it should be noted, if you weren't listening in yesterday, is the younger sister of former RPI captain Taylor Horton. Taylor Horton, a standout forward from Ontario, and a fantastic player for this RPI team. Her sister also showing incredible amounts of similar talent. Horton was a forward, though, and Paige Horton is a defenseman. But as we saw there, a couple blistering shots from her on the recent power play.
And like people say, even though people are defensemen, doesn't mean they can't crack a good shot every once in a while. Got to be able to play every position.
Didn't know that was the same, but yes, definitely, I agree with you. And as we saw yesterday from the Lakers, their defensemen are very active and jump into the play without any hesitation whatsoever.
Yeah, that could be a factor as to why they have the 3-1 lead right now. They're focusing a lot on offense right now, and they're really taking advantage of the situation. RPI, they could be feeling a little bit of yesterday's loss right now, and they got to get over that. Perhaps a little bit of reminiscence, specifically the 3-1 score. It was 4-1 yesterday. That could be coming back to haunt them right now.
Hopefully not. And hopefully they seem to be playing a little bit better since the change in goaltenders. I wonder if there was just a couple bad bounces and the recent change kind of reinvigorated them a little bit and said, it's time to play hockey. So now we have a 5-on-3. Excuse me, sorry, Sam, for a minute 30. Skinner possessing the puck at the near side. She finds Horton. Horton, now back to Skinner. Skinner back to Horton. Down to Sarah Hines. Hines looking for A quick shot by Skinner. It's going to go outside because Hartwick for the Lakers was in the crease. Hines made a pass through to 6 Accursi. She was looking for her alone in the slot. Not able to connect, but Skinner got a good shot off. Good break there for the Engineers. Very good break.
The referee called for the offsides. We're going to have a face-off. Interesting point right now. Lakers have won almost every face-off so far, with the exception of one.
That is crazy. It goes to show how that can help you. Accursi now carrying it in. Leaves it for Hartwick. Hartwick walking in the circle. She's got time. Passes up to Skinner. Skinner over to Horton. Horton drive, and it misses the net. Skinner now with it still on the blue line. Skinner walking. Lines up for Horton, who takes a drive, and it's held onto by Kira Bombay. No chance for the rebound on that one.
Bombay doing a great job in goal. There hasn't been a goal since she came in.
Very true, and I think the Engineers are very happy for that. As we mentioned, played very well yesterday, showing that same calm confidence that we saw from her yesterday. Very, very exciting for the Engineers to have that. Face-off won by the Lakers, but the whistle goes anyway. I believe the officials did not like how Amanda Kimberly jumped in there. So now the face-off will go again. It's won by the Lakers. Comes up to Blazin. Blazin finds her teammate Fielson. Sorry, Blazin. And they play catch for a little bit.
Gotta wonder if this is the best strategy. They got
quick shot there. Unfortunate for the Engineers. It was Gualiardo. Gualiardo with a nice power play goal there. There had been a little catch there between Blazin and Feisler. Excuse me, I pronounced her name earlier. You would find Gualiardo on the backside for a beautiful one-timer. Tough break there for the Engineers.
Yeah, the game's starting to quickly get away from them, but this is only the first period. We got a lot of play left in this game.
Exactly right, Sam. We do have a lot of hockey left. Engineers will be on the PK for an additional minute and 7 seconds here. Being heavily outshot here thus far, 14-3.
Yeah, nearly quadruple the shots of RPI, and coincidentally, that's also the score comparison.
There is. Oh, my. Showing a little bit of our engineering background there. Winnie Wren now possesses the puck and flings it out. It's not able to be held in by the Lakers, and Paige Horton goes back into her own zone to pick it up. Paige Horton behind her own net. Lindsay Hillwell there for a forecheck, but she'll find Skinner. Skinner carrying it up. Skinner up to Hine. Hine walking into the Engineer zone. Hine finds Accursi. Accursi to Horton. Horton over to Skinner. Skinner walking to the middle. Horton looking for Hartwick on the far side. Pass didn't stay flat. Hartwick now down to Hine. Hine to Hartwick. Hartwick walking through. Looks for a bit of a scrum. And they're able to bury it.
Got a little bit of a flick of the wrist right over Bombay's shoulder and into the goal.
Unfortunate. I think it was Accursi who was able to finally put that rebound away. It was kind of bouncing around in the middle there for a bit. Bombay made the initial first stop and I believe a second stop as well before I think it was number 6, Taylor Accursi, getting a goal today. Should be noted she scored yesterday on the power play as well. Face-off won by the Engineers, back to Hannah Bohannik. Hannah Bohannik up to Marissa Raspa. But it's broken up there by a couple of Lakers. Now Maggie Knott carrying it in her own zone. Maggie Knott looking up there for Wyden, but it's broken up by Kimberly. Maggie Knott now near the bench finds Stacy. Stacy up for 16. That was Rabiliard. Rabiliard gives it away to Raspa. Raspa over to Kimberly. Kimberly up to Rapace. Broken up there by Stacy, and Knott picks up the puck. Maggie Knott carrying it near the Engineers zone. Broken up by Kimberly. And now Grigsby, Kimberly and Knott kind of battle for it a little bit. Grigsby eventually throws it into the Lakers zone, where McDonald will come out of the net to kind of play it, but Stacy eventually picks it up and throws it up for Walliard. Over to Whitten. Whitten walking in. She has a teammate coming on the far side. Whitten throws it around the Engineers' net. Over for her teammate. Now the Lakers with a quick shot. Bouncing around in front. There's a lot of bodies, and Bombay is able to find the bouncing puck and the rebound and hold on to it. Not quite sure who took that shot. If it was 7. I'm sorry, there is no 17. I'm thinking of whether it was 11 McCaskill or if it was 24.
It was a good thing Bombay was able to get on that puck right there, mainly because a lot of the goals so far have been in those mass confusions.
Absolutely. As you said, the most recent one came from a bouncing puck in the center of the ice. We do have a penalty here coming on the Lakers. Going to 11, Jennifer McCaskill. She will go to the box for 2 minutes. We have 2 minutes and 45 seconds left here in this first period. Tough start here for the Engineers, but now they do have a power play opportunity.
Yep. They weren't able to get all of their power play last time due to essentially canceling out penalties. If they're able to keep their cool heads, not have any penalties, they can really take advantage of the 2 minutes they have.
Definitely. Faceoff unfortunately won by the Lakers, carried around now by Skinner. Skinner throwing it out into the Engineers zone. Kira Bombay, comes back to stop the puck for her teammate Josephine Hansen. Hansen holding onto it behind her own net. She walks out. She carries through her zone, finds Rapace on the far boards. Rapace bounces off her stick, and she battles now with Stacy in the Lakers zone. Eventually finds Skinner and a couple of other Lakers, and it's bounced around, but Grigsby picks it up, and now Skinner again. Finally, number 5 for the Lakers, Sam Isabel, was able to clear it all the way down. Bit of a scrum there in the corner. And the Lakers able to clear it. Hansen now behind her own net again. Walks out. She's being harassed there by 14 Smith, I believe. Now Paige Horton possesses her own, throws it back down. Smith gives chase. She has Amanda Kimmerly on her and Hannah Bohonic. 3 Engineers doing battle with Michaela Smith there. And Amanda Kimmerly walks away with it.
Lakers doing a good job killing the penalty right now.
Now Hilba in her own zone finds Whitney Wren. Wren behind her own net. Excuse me, it was not Michaela Smith, it was Rachel Smith. My apologies.
And it's
to Smith.
really interesting. Lakers, despite being a man down, are actually still managing to muster up a little bit of offense.
Indeed, they are. Amanda Kimmerly now tosses it into the neutral zone where it's picked up by a Kersey throwing it back into the Engineers zone. Now Hartwick and Kimmerly go to the corner to battle for it. Hartwick seems to have possession of it, but Whitney Wren comes in to help. It is flicked up by Hartwick, almost goes into the ceiling, but eventually comes back down. And we play on. Taylor Schwabe. Now Hartwick walking around quite a few Engineers there, almost makes a bid to the net. Kimmerly now possesses. She throws it all the way down, and our power play is over for the Engineers. Not a lot of offense on there. As you were saying, Sam, I think the Lakers may have actually had more offense.
You got to give it to Hartwick. She was able to keep the puck in the RPI zone for a very long time, almost a whole minute.
It's very true. The Lakers running a very, very aggressive forecheck. Now McCaskill makes a bid to the front of the net for her teammate Whitten, but it's broken up. Shot from the Lakers. Shot again. McCaskill got a rebound in front of the net. Wasn't able to do much with it, luckily for the Engineers. I think that was a shot by Blazin from the blue line that ended up getting bounced off a person in front, and then McCaskill made a bid to the net for it. Goes down for icing. Thus, we will have a face-off in the Engineer zone with 5.7 seconds left. Our score is still 5-1 in favor of the Lakers.
Yeah, rough first period for the Engineers, but you know what? Every team has a bad, rough start. Plenty of play time left.
Indeed. Face-off unfortunately goes to the middle of the net, but Hansen able to pick up the loose puck. Hansen skates around with it to avoid any trouble. That's a good play to end the period on. Score is 5-1 here. We have played 20 minutes of hockey. We'll be returning to you very shortly with the remaining 40 minutes. This is Sarah Till and Sam Kersey talking to you live from the Houston Fieldhouse via RPI TV with RPI Women's Hockey. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are live from the Houston Fieldhouse, coming to you with the second period of women's ice hockey. Engineers taking on Mercyhurst for the second of a two-game series. Out of conference, it should be noted. Score is currently 5-1 in favor of the Lakers. Despite the beautiful sunshine outside, a bit of a tough day so far for the Engineers.
Yeah, they've been a little bit of a cold streak so far if we're going with the nice little weather references. But in all honesty, they still got they got 40 minutes of play left in the game. They need to not get down themselves, not beat themselves up, realize that they got a lot of time to make a comeback.
Absolutely great points. Goals coming from Brooke Hartwick, Megan Whitten, Rachel Smith, Nicole Gualiardo, and Taylor Accursi for the Lakers. Two of those last two, it should be known, Accursi and Gualiardo, were both power plays. We are underway here. Puck is hanging out in the neutral zone. Amanda Kimberly makes a bid for it in the Lakers zone, but it's broken up. Sabrina Apache now battling on the boards. Eventually goes back into the Lakers zone where Paige Horton possesses and finds her teammate Skinner. Skinner up to Maggie Knott. Maggie Knott breaking to the engine zone. Quick shot blocked by Hannah Bohonic. I think it's somewhere in her elbow. I think Bohonic might be getting called for a penalty. My apologies. They were actually just saying that if they needed to cause a stoppage of play and the faceoff would result in the RPI zone because he felt Bohonic was holding on to the puck. No penalty, though. My apologies. Faceoff in the RPI zone. One back to Hansen, but it's broken up by a couple of Lakers. Taylor Schwabe now behind her own net. Loses the puck a little bit, but they'll find Josephine Hansen. Hansen being harassed there by Accursi, coming in hard. Accursi up to Feisler. Feisler winds up, takes a shot, bounced around in front. Kira Bombay with the stop on both the initial shot and the rebound. Now on the near boards. Whitney Wren possessing the puck, makes a nifty move to dodge around Hartwick, finds Taylor Schwabe. Schwabe pushes it up, but, Feisler was able to throw it back in and goes to the Engineers' own zone. Josephine Hansen now tossing it up to the neutral zone where it's broken up by a few of the Mercyhurst players. Whitney Wren now possessing in her own zone, skates up with, she has time and space, throws it into the Lakers' zone. It's in the far corner now. Blazin picks it up. Makes an attempted pass from McCaskill, but it's picked off by Kimberly. Eventually works its way into the neutral zone again. And now the Lakers take possession. McCaskill walking in, shot blocked by Whitney Wren. Goodness, the resulting rebound. McCaskill took a shot, bounced off of Captain Lindsay Hilwa, careened towards the middle of the net where it went off of Kimberly. Bombay had to make a sliding stop on that.
I would have been surprised if that went into goal. We saw a few crazy goals earlier. In fact, I believe the Lakers' third goal was something similar. It bounced off a few players and went in. Exactly.
It bounced off of Lavisa Salander, who was our initial starter, bounced off when it came out from behind the net and into the goal. We have a penalty here against Jennifer McCaskill. They're calling her for slashing. Engineers will go on the power play now. They were not able to convert on their earlier power plays, including the final one at the end of the period. Josephine Hansen possessing the puck. Finds Apache on the near side. Apache back to Hansen. Hansen loses the puck. I think she took her eye off it. And now it's in the neutral zone. She had Isabel on her and chooses to go back into her own zone. Hansen, that is. Hansen throws it for Apache. Bounced off Apache's skate. And the Lakers shoot it back down. I think that was Stacy that ended up clearing it for the Lakers. Hansen now with it behind her own net. Walks up, finds Apache on the near side. Apache carrying through the neutral zone. Apache walks around Smith and breaks into the Lakers zone. Leaves it there for Raspa. Broken up there by Maggie Knott, however, and it goes to the neutral zone where Hansen is going to have Smith right on her. Hansen able to make a nifty move, but eventually the Lakers do clear it all the way down to the Engineers' zone.
RPI is struggling a little bit on the power plays. So far, out of the two power plays they've had, they have not had a single shot on the goal.
Unfortunate, and I believe it's absolutely true. They haven't had even a single shot. It's a tough break there. Paige Horton now within her zone, throws it up to Rachel Smith. She's tapped there by Amanda Kimberly, but retains possession. Smith able to chuck it into the RPI zone, and the Lakers go for a change. Kimberly now possessing in her own zone in the near corner. Tries to make a pass to Whitney Wren, but it's broken up by Hartwick there. Eventually, however, makes its way to the near boards, and Accursi makes sure it stays in the RPI zone. Hartwick now battling a few Engineers in the corner. I think that was Lindsay Hilwa she was with, and Kimberly picks up the loose puck. Works up to Megan Hayes. Megan Hayes back to Kimberly. Kimberly breaking in the far wing. She is held up there by Horton. It was a completely legal play, but Horton did manage to stop her progression. Bouncing puck now picked up by Stacy for the Lakers. She finds her teammate Horton with a nifty backhand pass. Horton shoots it all the way down the Engineers zone. Bombay forced to come out to play a puck that bounced on the end board. Hartwick, oh goodness, Hartwick made a pass inside to 24. I think that was Frappe. Frappe, a nice 1-on-0. Bombay made the stop though. Now it's in the Lakers zone. Whitney Wren behind the net with it. Whitney Wren walks to the center, finds, oh goodness, found Anna Orskowski. Orskowski couldn't keep the puck on her stick though. It goes behind the Lakers net. Orskowski now battling with Feisler in the corner. They're joined by Schwabi and Frappe. And now it goes up to Ferroli. Ferroli throws it into the far corner. Picked up there by Blazin. But a couple Engineers go in to dampen her efforts. Blazin now with full possession. Broken up by Orskowski. Good forecheck there by Orskowski. Eventually McCaskill retains possession on the far wing. Shoots it up to her teammate Frappe. Frappe can't hold on to it, and it's an icing call against the Lakers.
Yeah, RPI having a little bit of a rough time, but they're on the right track right there. They kept the puck in the Lakers zone for a very long time, around 3 minutes. Weren't able to get a shot, but that shows signs that they're recovering. They got to keep up that pressure, and they'll be able to make a comeback.
Definitely, and there was a good chance there, almost connected between Wren and, oh, a good shot by Raspa from the center there. Almost connected Wren and Orskowski. Orskowski unfortunately couldn't get the shot off. Good face-off play and shot there by Marissa Raspa. McDonald had to make the save. She had a pretty easy first period. Now the Lakers go on the offense. McDonald only making 2 saves in that first period. And again, it doesn't seem like she's going to be tested too much this second period, but hopefully that will change. Lakers now have possession. Shot from the point. Oh, goodness, stopped in front. Smith had a try on the rebound, and Bombay had to make the save. I believe it was Stacy with the initial shot. Engineers now on the offense. Quick shot by Grigsby, and McDonald is forced to make a save. Rebound goes in the corner. Engineers seem to have a little bit more fire in their step this period, a little bit more speed, especially in the offensive zone.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. You got to wonder what their coach said to them, specifically Christy Sarcarno, who actually graduated from Mercyhurst. Got to think if this is a little bit of a rivalry, get a little pumped up.
Shot from the Lakers. I believe you mean Cicero, Christy Cicero. She is. She was a standout forward for the Lakers. Actually won a national championship with them. The Lakers continue to possess. Quick shot there. Sticked aside by Bombay with Skinner with the shot. Bombay placing the rebound very nicely in the far corner. It's picked up by Taylor Schwabi. Schwabi holding it behind her own net. Looking for Awanski. Bounced out in front. And Robillard had a try at it. Bombay having to make a nice stop there again. Now it's along the far boards. Some battling going on here. But it eventually finds its way out to the neutral zone. Paige Horton now holding on to it. She has Megan Hayes forechecking, but Hayes eventually rolls off. And Horton is able to find space to throw it into the Engineer zone. Iwanski now back for it in her own zone. Now it's Whitney Wren. Whitney Wren working it up, but it's picked up there behind. And now Taylor Schwabi picks up a bouncing puck. Works it into the Lakers zone. She's got Blazin right there, and Blazin will actually beat her out to the puck. And now Hine comes in to help out her teammate Blazin. Hine over to Feisler. Feisler looking up the ice, found Robillard. Robillard tips into the Engineer zone where Josephine Hansen goes back to grab it. Lakers on a bit of a change, so Hansen has some time. Throws over to Mahonic. Mahonic looked for Hilwa. Unfortunately, bounced off of Hilwa. Rolled on to the stick of, I think that was Gallardo? I think that was 18. Gualiardo, I think that's her. I think it was 18. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sam.
No, I believe you're correct. It was Gualiardo.
Gualiardo. It's her second goal of the day, if it was. She was able to get a shot off of a missed pass, and it squeaks through Kira Bombay. Tough break for the Engineers after a good first bit of this period. We are just under halfway through. We have about 13 minutes left to play. Lakers possessing their own zone eventually comes up to the neutral, where Amanda Kimberly handles it over to Raspa. Raspa throws it to Rapace. Rapace walking in. Rapace makes a move, but isn't able to hold on to it, and Blazin gives her a nice little stick there. She's helped out by Hartwick, and eventually Grigsby comes in to help out Rapace. Rapace looking for Grigsby again. Bouncing puck finds its way to the front of the net, but eventually sticked aside by a couple Lakers defenders. Grigsby in the corner finding Rapace with a nifty backhand pass again. Apache looking up to Raspa. Unfortunately, bounces off Raspa's backhand. She's not able to hold on to it. She had a Kersey right on her, giving her trouble. And Amanda Kimberly eventually knocks down a Kersey. I think that's going to result in a penalty. Blazin now with it in her own zone finds Hartwick. Hartwick walking up the far boards. Rubbed off there by Megan Hayes. And Hansen is going to touch the puck. There is going to be a call on Amanda Kimberly for RPI, I believe, is going to go to the box for slashing. She did not take kindly to how a Kersey was playing, and eventually kind of took. I don't want to say she took matters in her own hands. It didn't seem to be one of those intentional plays, but she did something illegal.
Yeah, you gotta keep a cool head in this kind of situation. It's a lot of people think it's a massive deficit. It's not as bad as people think. 5 points is not as much as you think. Keep in mind, Mercyhurst did score 5 points in the first period. It's possible for RPI to do the same.
Definitely, it's a great point there. Now, Isbell possessing for the Lakers. You make a good point, Sam. Maybe it's a little bit of frustration showing. Works up to Feisler. Feisler finding her teammate Blazin. Blazin back down to Feisler. Feisler up to Blazin. I have a feeling they're going to play it. Goodness gracious, she actually handed it over to 18 there, Gualiardo. I thought they were going to play past it for a little bit, but they didn't. Gualiardo now possessing, finds Feisler, Blazin with a shot. It's blocked away by a couple of engineers. Feisler then throws it towards the net. Goes off of Kira Bombay's skate and the post. Eventually wanders behind the net. Schwabe's able to find possession and throw it down to Lakers zone. Again, a bit of a bouncing puck around the engineers' net. Came back to bite them a few times. Blazin with it in her own zone. She's behind her goaltender McDonald, now comes out with it. Blazin finds her teammate Skinner. Skinner eventually throws it into the RPI zone where it's picked up by Hannah Bohanek. Bohanek now works at the far boards. Up to Paige Horton. Horton down to a Kersey back over to Hartwick. Hartwick up to Horton. She holds and then passes over to Skinner. Skinner walking to the middle. She finds Hartwick on top of the circle. Hartwick with a quick shot. Goodness gracious. There's a flurry going on in front of the net. Somehow the puck has managed to stay out. My goodness gracious. Hartwick had a good shot there. Kira Bombay forced to make a couple sprawling saves there on the rebounds. Quick shot. Bombay equal to the task again. That came off of Skinner. A blazing shot from her. Skinner now with it on the far blue line. Passes down to Paige Horton. Horton working it up. Passes over to Hartwick. Hartwick looking for a Kersey. Shot. I think that may have missed the net, but Bombay was on the correct angle. Up to Skinner. Winds up. Fires. She had Hine all alone on the backside. Hine couldn't put it away. And we keep playing. Skinner throws it in front and is blocked by an engineer. I think that may have been Grigsby.
Yeah, the Lakers getting a little sloppy. You might think if the score is making them a little overconfident, maybe starting to make a few mistakes. RPI can play into that.
Definitely. And now Josephine Hansen goes to grab her goaltender's stick and is able to block a resulting odd man rush. Bombay did lose her stick in that flurry there. And she now has it. Josephine Hansen with the puck behind the net. Looked for a Wonsky but couldn't get it. Engineers are back to full even strength. I don't think we noted that. But with the Lakers still retaining a lot of momentum, it looks like. Hartwick with a shot towards the front of the net. Megan Hayes able to tip it away to the corner. Hayes battling there with Robillard. Now Maggie Knott, comes out with it. Knott back to Robillard. Robillard throws it up to Stacy. Stacy's shot blocked by Megan Hayes. I think that went off her arm. That's going to sting as well. Carried into the zone by Lindsay Hilla. Winds up, fires. She had space on the glove side, but not able to put it there. Missed the net, actually, I think, but a good shot there. Calling for it now. Hilla retains the puck. Good pass there from her classmate, Bohanek, but it's broken up there, and eventually Stacy for the Lakers works it up to the neutral zone. Amanda Kimberly now comes up to play the puck, and she does battle with Stacy, and I believe that was Frappe. Now it's held onto by 13 for the Lakers. Warinsky eventually finds his way to Smith. And actually the Engineers end up with it in the Lakers zone. Raspa doing battle there with Feisler. They're joined by Tremblay and Blazin. It's a fantastic name to say, Molly Blazin. It's great name. Said that yesterday. Perry didn't find it nearly as amusing, but I think it's a great name. Still in the Lakers zone, Blazin again with it. She finds Smith on the near wall. Smith, she was looking for 24. Frappe not able to hold on to it, and Ferrole for the Engineers ends up tossing it back into the Lakers zone. It will not be icing, however, because it went off of Wren, and I think Blazin again. Wren and Grigsby in the corner. Grigsby walks out with it. And her attempt towards the front net stopped by Feisler. Little bit of scrambling here for the Lakers. Not something we saw in the first period. Engineers using their speed. Puck got worked up to Hansen. Hansen over to Ferroli. Ferroli tried to put it in the corner, but it was stopped there by Isbell. Isbell now possessing as she works through the neutral zone. Walks around Rapace, walks in the zone. Quick shot, blocked by Hansen. Resulting rebound bounced around a little bit, but eventually goes behind the Engineers' net. Now Rapace picks it up. Tried to find Grigsby, but it actually went to Skinner. Skinner works over to Billiard, who throws it behind the net, but Hansen breaks it up. Grigsby, with it on the boards, tosses it out to the neutral zone, where it's picked up by Horton. Horton possessing it by her own blue line. Throws it to the middle of the ice. Went off behind skate and turned over by Grigsby. Grigsby walking in. She had Rapace in the center. Oh, and a good centering pass by Jamie Grigsby. Went off of Rapace's stick over the net. Unfortunate for the Engineers. That was a great 2-on-1 opportunity. Bohonic now with it behind the Lakers zone. Bohonic, the defenseman, walked behind the net with it and eventually gives it to Taylor Schwabe. Schwabe now behind the Lakers net. And eventually it's broken up there by a couple of Lakers. Now the Lakers return the favor and they're coming in on a rush. Robillard and Isbell walked in and it was called offsides by the officials. We have played approximately 13 minutes in this second period, and the Engineers had a little bit of spice those last two shifts.
Yeah, it's one of those, something that a lot of people don't realize when you're down by a decent number of points is it also ignites that fire in you like, hey, we may not be able to win this game, but we're not going to go down like this. We're going to put up a fight. We're going to go down swinging. That's what RPI is doing right now.
Absolutely, and they showed that. They had a couple of good opportunities there offensively. Face-off won by the Engineers. I believe it was Taylor Schwabe. Ferroli worked it over to Kimberly, but she finds Whitney Brown on the far blue line, but it kind of gets broken up there. Schwabe, though, takes it herself, throws it with a backhand down to the corner, where 23, Stacy for the Lakers, picks it up, works it up to McCaskill. McCaskill made a nifty move there to find herself some space. Threw it to the neutral zone. I think she was looking for a teammate there. Icing was ruled off. They said that Acursi beat out Whitney Wren. 23 for the Lakers. Stacy takes a shot and bounced around in front of the net. Never made it to the net. Hartwick now with it. Quick shot in front of the net again. Blocked there by, I'm not sure if it was Kimberly or McCaskill. And eventually it finds its way to the boards, where Whitney Wren works it to Hayes. Hayes walking to the middle. Nice shot. McDonald had made a good save there with her stick. I think this is the most action McDonald's seen all day. Hartwick now working the puck up. She was looking for her teammate, Gualiardo, and it does eventually end up in the Engineer zone. Hansen now with it. She has Whitten on her back, and Gualiardo comes in to help. Eventually Whitten turns over the puck. Goodness gracious. Oh, that was a great block there by Owanski. Quick pass to center ice. Almost found a couple Lakers alone in the center. Eventually was able to be broken up, and a good block there by Owanski, but the puck is in the Engineer zone again. Tremblay attempted to get it out. It was blocked there by Whitten, but eventually finds its way out. Anna Orskowski now with it for the Engineers. Anna Orskowski over to Blake Oros. Oros walking along her own blue line. Puts it up to Orskowski. Orskowski throws it in, and McDonald goes behind her own net to stop the puck. Picked up there by Feisler. Feisler finding Whitten on the boards. Her attempted pass blocked down by Marissa Raspa, and they're forced to regroup. The Lakers are forced to regroup in their own zone, Grigsby now applying pressure to Blazin. As the lone forechecker, she was actually able to create a turnover there, and Raspa picks it up in the far corner. Raspa down to Grigsby in the far corner still. Now Rapace going for it behind the net. Seems to be a little scrapping behind the play. Raspa throws it in front for Grigsby, and a shot. Oh my goodness, Raspa threw it in front for a breaking Grigsby. Grigsby's tip was stopped by McDonald, I believe, and then Rapace came in for the rebound attempt. Nothing came of it, though.
But that's the kind of aggression you got to show. That's the fire you want to see. Even if you're down 6-1, you want to still see that passion to win. Absolutely. That ability to work through the deficit.
Definitely, and I think this is the most offensive incline we've seen the Engineers this game. Kimberly now with it. She got a nice pass from Hannah Bohonic and chooses to throw it, puts it in the corner, She didn't have space to shoot. Picked up now on the near boards by Megan Hayes. Megan Hayes works it up to Amanda Kimberly. Kimberly walks with it. She had Smith right on her and has to throw it into the corner again. Whitney Wren with it now in the far corner. She leaves it for Schwabe. Schwabe and Horton working against each other now. And Horton eventually is able to work it to her teammate, Skinner. Skinner finds Smith on the near side. Smith attempted to go all the way across, but was blocked by her own teammate, not. Smith elects to take it in herself. And Ferrole picks up for the Engineers. Now it's Smith, alone behind the net. Found Skinner walking in from the blue line, and Bombay made a good save again. Kira Bombay having a lot of passes from behind the net and being equal to the task thus far. Battle behind the net. Isbell, Bahanic, Schwabi, and I think that was Robillard. Robillard's attempted pass up to Stacy wanders off the blue line. And the Lakers were forced to regroup, but it resulted back up in the energy zone. Good move there. Oh, goodness gracious. There was a good move there by McCaskill, I believe. Picked off a pass, walked in, attempted to make a move to the net, but Kira Bombay again, standing strong.
Yeah, Kira Bombay,
Fantastic.
despite having a little bit of a rough start in the second period, has really rebounded. Has really shown what her true playing ability is.
Definitely. As we mentioned yesterday, Bombay only making 2 starts so far this season. She actually did not start today. However, she came in relief and has played very well since then. Scrumming along the boards, it sees Lindsay Hilwa emerge with the puck and is able to find her teammate Hansen in the neutral zone, but it's broken up by the Lakers' blue line. Ends up back in the Engineers' zone. Owanski there with McCaskill, I believe. McCaskill goes down, and Hartwick actually comes in to help out. Hartwick made a bit to the net, but Hansen stopped her. Hartwick now still retaining possession, however, on the near side boards. She finds Horton on the blue line. Horton over to Feisler. Feisler's ripper went behind the net. Didn't actually ever make it to the net. Avansky knocked down a Laker. I'm not sure who it was, and she is going to be called there. I think it was Hartwick. Hartwick, unfortunately, is staying down on the ice. Hopefully she's all right.
Yeah, it looks like Hartwick's getting up, skating around. She appears to be okay, but...
Good. That's good for her. Excuse me, it was not Iwanski that was called. It was Hilwa. Lindsay Hilwa will go to the box for 2 minutes. The remaining 2 minutes of this period, there's about 2:35, so the Engineers will be down for almost the rest of this period. Not positive what the call was yet. I would guess it's going to be checking, but I'm not sure. Oh, it's boarding. My apologies. Mercyhurst has scored twice on the power play so far. Not positive how many they've had yet.
They have had around 5 power plays with about a score percentage of 40% so far.
Nice. Thanks, Sam.
No problem.
Crushing the numbers there. Blazin works it down to Feisler. Feisler back to Blazin. Blazin takes a one-timer, blocked halfway by Rapace, and it goes to the corner. Feisler now possessing it. Works it back to Blazin. Blazin to Feisler. Feisler fakes a shot. Whoa, my goodness. Threw it over to her teammate, Gualiardo. Gualiardo's shot was blocked. I think it was Grigsby that had the block there. Down to Smith on the goal line. Kimberly comes in to stop her. Oh, goodness gracious. Kimberly was able to stop Smith, but Isbell came in to pick up the loose puck, able to get a shot off, and Bombay again slamming the door shut.
This is one of the good strengths of our RPI. They have a great job at killing penalties.
Typically they do. Unfortunately, this weekend they've seemed to have kind of lost that a little bit. They've let up about 3 power play goals. They're sitting, I think, in the low 70s for penalty killage, which is not good for them right now. But thus far, Kira Bombay has been a good penalty killer for them. And as they say, your goalie has to be the best penalty killer. Hartwick now possessing for it. Hartwick walking through a couple Engineers, throws it to the front of the net. Kira Bombay sprawls out to keep the puck out of the net. Hartwick again walked around with it to make another bid. Oh, 2 or 3 rebounds for the Ninja. They're still whacking away for it, even though the referee has already started signaling a goal. It's a bit of a melee there. Kira Bombay made a couple really, really good saves from, I'm not quite sure who from Mercyhurst walked out from behind the net. I think it might have been Hine. Walked out, made a shot, took a shot, she stopped it, second rebound, stopped it again. they're saying that the resulting rebound from that was eventually put in by Mercyhurst.
I like that word you used, bombard. So far, 3 of their goals have been from those mass groupings at the goal. They've bombarded the goal. It is really shown the aggressive mindset of Mercyhurst and speaks to the caliber of opponent that RPI plays against right now.
Definitely. I don't know if this is so much. I think you're right. I think we definitely have to give Mercyhurst credit. I do think the Engineers are not playing nearly to their full potential, however. I think this is, unfortunately, been a bit of an awakening for them that playing sloppy in their own zone is definitely coming back to bite them. Just to let everyone know, the play is under review. It was signaled a goal on the ice. The referees have chosen to take a look at, however. I'm not sure. I believe this was the referee's own choice, and therefore I don't think it was a challenge by the RPI bench. Therefore, nothing will result if the call stands. As we were talking about, if this play is still a ruled goal, we will return to 5-on-5. If not, we will go back to RPI being on the penalty kill. They will still be on the penalty kill for an additional, roughly a minute, I believe. They still have 50 seconds on the power play, if I remember correctly. I think it was 2:35. Lindsay Hill went off for the power play, for the penalty. And they have signaled it was a goal. The call will stand. That puts our score at 7-1. And Mercyhurst has now scored 3 power play goals, not including yesterday's goal by Kersey. Taylor Kersey scored their first goal yesterday on a power play as well. So Sarah Hines will be given the goal for this one. A tough break for the Engineers. The Lakers right back at it, however, breaking into the Engineers zone, and the puck is in the near corner. Battling along the boards here. Eventually the Lakers emerge with it, but Raspa picks off Whitten's stick, brings it in the neutral zone. Raspa throwing it into the Lakers zone. Stacy behind her own net throws it around the wing. I think she was looking for Robillard, but it's broken up there. Robillard goes down by Rapace, and Whitten breaks out to the neutral zone with it. I think they're going to call Rapace there for knocking down Whitten. Unfortunate there. Very unfortunate. Shots on goal currently in favor of Mercyhurst, 36-9. And yes, Sabrina Rapace will go to the box for 2 minutes for hitting from behind. This will finish out our period. This means, that we'll finish out the period on a power kill. Oh my goodness.
Penalty kill.
I am losing it right now. Penalty kill. And they will start the third period on the kill as well. They will have a little bit over 1:30 remaining on the kill.
This is Mercyhurst's 6th power play of the afternoon.
Tough break for the Engineers, and they've scored. Before this, they were 3 for 5. We now have Paddock. Paddock with a shot. Goes behind the Engineers' net. I don't think it ever made it to the net. Now walking in, Lakers with a quick shot there. I think that was like, it was 24 for them. So Frappier blocked down by Hansen. Frappier, another try from the center of the ice, goes behind the net. We're seeing a few different players here for the Lakers on the penalty kill. I think they're putting out a different unit. I'm not sure why. Eventually makes its way to the Lakers zone, however. We're seeing 21 there, Paddock, choosing to hold it behind her own net to finish out the period. This has been our second period here from the Houston Fieldhouse. We have one more to go. The score is 7-1 in favor of Mercyhurst. We will be back with the third period momentarily. Sam, before we close out on this period, any final thoughts? I know there was a lot of me talking, unfortunately, that last period.
Yeah, I think what's really nice, though, is in the third period, what a lot of people don't consider is if RPI is able to get 1 goal and is able to hold Mercyhurst to 0 goals, then that right there, that's a motivational win. That shows that, hey, we could have beat Mercyhurst. We can beat Mercyhurst. We can play up to their level. That's what RPI has got to focus on. Forget the first period, forget the second period, focus on the third period, win that period.
I think you make a great point there. They did show some glimmers in that second period and even the first period. I think mostly in the second period, though, of having some real offensive opportunities. Kind of fell apart at the end there, though, in the power plays. Unfortunately, haven't been able to find a way to solve this Mercyhurst power play. Once we return, the Engineers will still remain on the kill, and we look forward to seeing you then. This is Sarah Till
and Sam Kasura
coming to you live from the Houston Fieldhouse via RPI TV. We will be back soon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sarah Till coming to you live from the Houston Fieldhouse. I am joined today by
Sam Kasura.
We are at the women's ice hockey game. We're about to start the third period. They are taking on the Mercyhurst Lakers. Score is 7-1 in favor of Mercyhurst. These two teams met yesterday, and Mercyhurst walked away with a win 4-1. Quick note for you, goaltending change for RPI. Lavisa Salander has returned to the net. She was initially relieved in the first period after, I believe, about 5 minutes of play. Bombay came in, did very well for the Engineers, ended up with 26 saves, had 4 goals against her. So I think this was a move to kind of keep her mental game up. Salander getting tested early with a firing shot from Paige Horton of the Lakers. It goes into the corner, however. Taylor Schwabe now walking in. It's a good point out there, Sam. Go ahead.
There's still a little bit of time left in the power play right now. RPI is down 4-5 via manpower. And currently Mercyhurst, I believe, has 3 out of 5 completion attempts on power play. So.
Yeah, so they have scored. They are 3 for 4 on their power play today. This is their 5th one of the day, I believe.
6th one of the day.
6th one of the day. Excuse me. You're right. Yes, you are correct. Excuse me. Bit of a tough break there for the Engineers on a couple of those power plays. The Lakers are now charging in to the Engineer zone. Whiddon carrying it in. She comes to the corner, and she chooses to pass it up to Stacy. Stacy takes a shot blocked by Megan Hayes. Megan Hayes laying it down for her teammates. Hartwick now possessing in the corner. Excuse me. She's being challenged by Hannah Bohonic. Whiddon for the Lakers comes out with it.
And RPI is back at full strength.
They are back at full strength. Attempt to the net. I think it was Hartwick that threw it in front. Bounced weirdly, and Lavisa Salander had to make a kind of a sliding save. We actually saw Kira Bombay make a similar type of save earlier.
It's going to be interesting to see how Salander plays in the goal for the remainder of the third period. She was taken out early in the first after Mercyhurst took an early 3-1 lead. It'll be interesting to see how she plays for the remainder of the third period.
Excellent point you make there, Sam. Face-off won by the Engineers. For the Lakers. Blazin throws it into the corner. Now picked up by Jennifer McCaskill. McCaskill walking out with it. McCaskill playing around with it, throws it down for her teammate. Then she makes his way back up to Feisler at the point. Feisler loses possession, however, goes into the Lakers' own zone. Feisler still with it, hands it off to her line mate Blazin. They lose it, however, and it ends up in the corner. Blazin has Orkowski on her, but she manages to find... I think Robillard on the far wing. Robillard was challenged there by, I think it was Hansen. I'm not sure who challenged her, but they were called for a slashing. It was Hilwa. She was challenged there by both Hansen and Hilwa. Hilwa ended up knocking the stick out of her hands.
This is going to start the 7th power play for Mercyhurst. That is a lot of penalties.
That is a lot of penalties. Luckily, however, they did not score on the last one. Hopefully, the Engineers can keep this streak up. Hartwick throws it into the corner for her teammates. It bounces around on the end board, and eventually, Guillard, ends up with it. Passed up to Stacy. Stacy back down to her. Stacy retains possession, and then back to Guillardo. Guillardo rips a shot, blocked. I wasn't sure if that was Kimberly or Owanski that ended up getting the block on that one.
RPI doing a good job so far.
Now we have Paddock with it. Paddock over to Guillardo. Good job, Sam. It's an excellent point there. They had a couple key blocks there, not allowing as much in front of the net as they had previously. Lakers walking in with Guillardo. Possession. Shots. Rips a shot. Not sure if that went off of Lavisa Salander or one of the other Engineers. A shot there again blocked by Rapace. I think that was Isbell. It was Isbell, that had a shot there. Isbell now with the puck in her own zone, hands it off to Paige Horton. The captain for the Lakers walks by in her own net, looks for Stacy on the far boards, ends up finding, Guillardo, who finds Maggie Knott on the near side. Maggie Knott now in the corner, passes to Isbell. Isbell over to Horton. Horton in the center, fakes a shot, brings it to Feisler. Feisler with a shot, sticked away by Salander. Now down from Smith, Rachel Smith of the Lakers. Puts it to Feisler. Feisler over to Horton. Horton winds up, rips a shot, blocked by Taylor Schwabe for the Engineers. Horton puts it down for Isbell. Isbell walking towards the middle. Isbell with a shot, stops Salander, and she covers up the rebound. No chance there. Zelander already looking a little bit more comfortable, I'd say, than we saw in the first period.
Yeah, complete change from what we saw in the first period. Zelander's a lot more confident in goal. You got to think that timeout probably boosted her confidence a little bit, give her a lot of time to think, and she's now mentally prepared and playing up to her full level right now.
I think so. I think you're right on that one. I think that break and having to come back in really helped her out. Engineers still have about 20 seconds on the PK. Iwanski now throwing it off the boards. Doesn't quite make it out, and Megan Hayes helps on its way. Ends up in the Lakers zone. Blazin back now to pick it up. Blazin with it behind her own net. She had Raspa right on her, and so she elects to give it to her teammate Hartwick. Hartwick walking up. Fires a pass up to the Engineers' blue line. Whitten made an attempt towards the middle of the ice, but Hansen stopped that play. Hansen now throws it out for Hilwa coming out of the box. Hilwa almost ended up with a breakaway there, but she managed to avoid the icing, so good job there by Hilwa. Hartwick now carrying for the Lakers. Stopped there by Iwanski for the Engineers. We now see Paddock with it. Paddock passing over to her teammate Stacy. Stacy up for McCaskill. McCaskill tips it into the Engineer zone and goes after it herself. Broken up by Iwanski. Eventually makes its way out front to Hine. Hine makes a bid towards the front of the net, made a nice move in front. Avisa Zelander able to stop it and cover up the rebound.
Yeah, Zelander doing a good job since coming back into the goal. We're really seeing an improvement in play.
Definitely. Unfortunately, Engineers showing some of the same things they did in the first period, allowing some players to come out from behind the net, make some passes out to the middle, and put the puck in some dangerous spots. Face-off won by the Lakers. Stacy now possesses, hands it off to McCaskill. She can't handle the pass, and it eventually goes to Jamie Grigsby on the Engineers' blue line. However, McCaskill does put it in the corner where it's picked up by Hannah Bohonic. Hannah Bohonic over to Amanda Kimberly. Kimberly fires it, and the referees are saying it went off of a Lakers player, and therefore the icing is waved off. Engineers had a shot by Bohonic. Fantastic job there. A good forecheck there by Wren ended up resulting in a shot for Bohonic. Wren with it now on the wing. She passed to Rapace in the middle. Rapace couldn't get the shot off, though. Wren now with it on the near side boards. Flicks into the corner. Has Grigsby behind the net. She had Rapace with her, but they couldn't quite connect. The Lakers regain possession. Now Whitney Wren with it in the neutral zone. Hands it off to Josephine Hansen. Hansen in her own zone. Looks for Rapace. Throws it up to Rapace, who's able to tip it in the zone and goes off for a change. They're saying, however, that Rapace didn't touch it. I believe they're saying she did not touch it. Excuse me. So the icing will be called. It will go down to the Engineer zone. Again, a good forecheck there by, I believe it was Whitney Wren, and it may have been Rapace a couple seconds ago that resulted in a great chance for Hannah Bohonic. Face-off won by the Engineers. Amanda Kimberly finding Josephine Hansen behind the net. Josephine Hansen carrying it up now. She is hassled from behind, though, by Guilardo, but they make it into the zone anyway. Allie Tremblay now with it. Good pass to Sabrina Rapace. Rapace put it on net and forced McDonald to make a beautiful sliding save as well. And they are going to actually get a power play from this play. A scoring opportunity and a power play. Gotta love that.
Yeah, this is one of those big confidence boosters. Coming back from this deficit is slightly unlikely, but if they can win this period, if they can have more points by Mercyhurst, or more points than Mercyhurst by the end of the third period, it's a major confidence booster for them, and they'll be going in feeling like they may have lost, but they did their best.
I don't know if they'll feel like they did their best, but I know exactly what you mean. You're saying they came out on a better note than previously.
Exactly.
Unfortunate turnover for the Engineers, however, resulted in Paige Horton being able to throw it down into the Engineer zone. Ferrole goes back behind her own net to play it. Ferrole holding on to it. She finds Iwanski. Iwanski and Raspa, the combination that we're able to put in the Lakers zone, but Isbell picks it up and rings it around the boards. Ferrole's not able to keep it in the zone, and thus we return to the neutral zone. Ferrole over to Iwanski. Iwanski up to Raspa. Raspa's got a little bit of space, and she's got some speed. She does end up putting it behind the net, where it's picked up there by Skinner. Worked along the boards by Rapace. Ferrole keeps it in. Ferrole again keeps it in. Jumped in twice there. Nice job by her. But the Engineers are not able to get a clean possession. Ferrole now with it on the blue line. Eventually, Paige Horton is able to push the puck out, and the Lakers go for a change. Iwanski now with it in the Engineer zone. Maggie not right on her, though. And Iwanski has to give it to her teammate, Ferrole. Ferrole gives it to Wren. Whitney Wren looked for Anna Orskowski. Orskowski wasn't able to get much on it, and eventually the Lakers return it. Rachel Smith now walking in with it, but Whitney Wren is able to give her a little stick check. Smith returns the favor, and it stays in the engineer zone. Battle forward in the corner. Megan Hayes now emerges with it for the engineers. They're in the neutral zone. Skinner now over to Feisler. Feisler rips a shot from her own blue line that Lavisa Solander has to stop and cover up. She had Hartwick right on her there.
Yeah, power play still has about 22 seconds left, which is a lot of time despite what people think. They can still make something of the power play.
Definitely agree with you. Unfortunately, they're probably going to have to possess the puck in order to do that. Engineers not really able to get a clean possession in that first part of their power play, excuse me. Face-off won by the Lakers, and Hartwick ends up with it in the corner. She has Amanda Kimberly right on her, but she retains possession. Hartwick now puts it down for her teammate, Kersey, but Orzo intercepted. Hartwick now again with it on the goal line. Hartwick looking for a Kersey, stopped there by Hilwa. Hilwa passes up to Tremblay. Tremblay working it through the neutral zone. Tremblay and Hilwa enter the zone. Tremblay throws it towards the net, but it's blocked there by Blazin. Blazin now possesses in the corner. And I believe they are now back to full strength here. We are now back to 5-on-5.
RPI
We see the Lakers breaking in. Guillardo. Guillardo walking in. Makes a bid to the front of the net. Broken up there by a couple of Engineers defensemen. Go ahead.
RPI wasn't quite able to take advantage of the power play, but they still they got possession of the puck now. They're showing their aggression. They can still make something.
Definitely a good shot there by Tremblay, blocked away by the captain, Paige Horton. Horton now with it behind her own net, in her own zone. Horton fires it down the ice. I think she was looking for Whitten there. For some reason they've ruled that not an icing. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Eventually returns to the neutral zone, however. And Raspa picks off a nice pass there. Stacy, however, grabs it for the Lakers and gives it back to her line mate Horton. Horton finding Whitten on the boards. Rubbed off there by Raspa, who puts it right onto the stick of McCaskill. McCaskill now in her own zone. She holds on possession. Finds Frappe on the far blue line. They say Frappe didn't touch it, and thus it is ruled an icing. But a couple crazy bounces there, a couple crazy line calls there.
Looks like we're going to have another face-off. So far, Mercyhurst has been leading when it comes to actual face-offs, but it's one of those, when RPI has still been doing a good job. It hasn't been as disproportionate as it was comes to the beginning of the game.
Absolutely. Sam made a great point earlier where Mercyhurst won basically every face-off the first period. It's a little bit more even now, as he mentioned. 24 wins for Mercyhurst, 11 wins for RPI in terms of face-offs. Engineers, Sabrina Apache has it in the neutral zone. Tipped off her stick, though, and it ends up on the stick of Hannah Bohanek. Hannah Bohanek looking for a teammate, and then she finds Whitney Wren. Whitney Wren working through the neutral zone. Her self-pass ends up on Horton's stick, but Sabrina Apache comes in to help out. Apache gives it over to Hayes. Hayes walking in the zone. Hayes gives it back to Ferroli. Ferroli takes a wrister, bounced off a couple people, but doesn't make it to the net. Stacy now with it on the near board. She flicks to the neutral zone, and Hansen will be forced back to play it. They're going to call it an icing. That's a good chance here for RPI as we go back to the Lakers zone with a very, very tired Lakers lineup.
Yeah, it looks like the Lakers are starting to get a little bit of fatigue. Perhaps that high-powered offense that they were demonstrating is starting to take that toll. They're starting to really get tired out there. Could lead to a fatal mistake.
I don't want to suggest a bias here, but one can only hope that RPI would get a few more goals here. Just a quick stat to also note for you: RPI does have 24 blocked shots. And I believe last time I saw it was, I think that the Lakers have 43 shots on net. That leads us to about 67 shots taken that would have gone to the net. It's a little scary when you look at the Engineers' 11 shots and the 5 blocks for Mercyhurst.
Does that benefit that high-powered offense?
Definitely. Kimberly now possessing in the neutral zone, throws it into the Lakers zone. Feisler behind her own net, flicks it over to the far side boards, where it's broken up by Oros and Hilwa. Hilwa and Feisler battling on the boards. Knott comes in to help and is able to clear it, but Hansen had on the blue line, kind of squirted away from her, and she gives it over to Kimberly. Kimberly flicks it into the Lakers zone, where Feisler picks it up. Feisler able to find a teammate, Swin Smith. But it's broken up there by Tremblay. Tremblay looking for Grigsby. Feisler with a stick check away from her, however. Raspa now possessing in the near corner. Throws it towards the net. Bounced off the back skirt of the net. Oh my goodness, went right to Grigsby. Grigsby threw it up to Raspa. Raspa couldn't bury it though. Unfortunate for the Engineers. Now back in the Engineers zone, we see Awanski finding Rapace on the near side. Rapace throwing it up for Grigsby on the blue line. It's broken up there by Blazin, however.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of missed
Gallardo
opportunities.
turning, exactly right. Gallardo returning the favor there. She handed it off to her teammate, Frappe. Frappe getting a good chance there, but sticked away to the corner. Lakers cycle now in the Engineer zone, but it's broken up by Bohonic. Bohonic's attempt to throw it out of the zone gets past Blazin, and the Lakers are forced to regroup in their own zone. Blazin has a couple teammates for a stretch pass, and she chooses to take it, but unfortunately isn't able to find Whitten or Gallardo, I believe, was the other offensive option she had there.
The Lakers starting to play a little carelessly right now. They've gotten a lot more icing penalties. I believe just in the past 2 minutes they've gotten 3. So it's not going to cause a power play or anything of that sort, as well as it does bring possession down into their zone.
Definitely. We are just over halfway done with this period of about 8 minutes and 55 seconds left to play as the Lakers break it in. Gallardo walking through, Hansen able to disrupt her centering pass. However, good defensive play there by Josephine Hansen. Comes to the neutral zone where Paige Horton finds Stacy on the far side. Stacy walking in, disrupted there by Taylor Schwabe. Whitney Wren's bid to get to the center doesn't work, and it remains in the Engineer zone. A Kersey shot blocked by Josephine Hansen. Hansen now with it. She goes to the neutral zone, and her self-pass makes it through a couple Lakers. She attempts to bring it in further, but it's blocked up there by Stacy. Stacy now with it is able to find Hartwick. Hartwick going on a 2-on-1 here with a Kersey. Finds a Kersey. Oh my goodness, a tremendous save by Lavisa Solander on a Kersey. It was a beautiful 2-on-1 opportunity. Solander was sliding towards her blocker side. Had to pick an edge and come back. Great stop there by Solander.
Solander showing her true ability right there.
Absolutely. That's why she was picked to, I believe she was picked as the ECAC goaltender of the year. They do a pre-season team. She was picked to be a goaltender, and that's exactly why right there. Excuse me, I just tried to say Ferroli. Feisler attempted to shoot it at the net, but it went into the corner. I'm not sure if it bounced off someone there. However, the Engineers throw it to the Lakers zone, and we are going to have an icing here. Tough break for the Engineers. They have been out there for quite a while, and as we all know, on an icing, you cannot change under NCAA rules.
Yeah. So something that's really nice to note, though, is so far in the third quarter, there has not been a single team to score. Or third period, there has not been a single team that has scored. RPI is playing to the exact same level that Mercyhurst is right now for going via the scoreboard.
Absolutely. For going via the scoreboard is always the thing. Blazing shot got knocked away. And eventually, Smith picks it up and puts it behind the net. Hilwa, though, grabs possession for the Engineers. And she finds Megan Hayes on the near boards. Megan Hayes able to get it to the neutral zone. She battles there with Sarah Hines. Tremblay is able to throw it into the Lakers zone, and the Engineers can go for a change. Paddock found Smith on the Lakers' blue line. A bit of a collision in the center. 2 Engineers running into each other. It's a tough break because both Rapace and Raspa had time and space. Now Ferroli breaks in. Ferroli with a nice move. Couldn't keep the puck in her stick, though. No shot results. Iwanski holding it in the neutral zone. Iwanski finding Rapace on the far side blue line. Rapace tossing it in. She sees Raspa going in the middle. Oh, my goodness. Sabrina Rapace with a beautiful little saucer pass there. Found Raspa breaking through 2 Lakers defenders. Raspa just not able to put in a spot where McDonald won't be able to save it. McDonald not having a crazy day today. Only 13 shots on her. 1 goal by the Engineers, but...
yeah, as a goalie, you got to love it when your defense is doing a lot of the hard stuff for you.
You do indeed. I'm a little impressed with her abilities on that last save, though, after not seeing a lot, having to make a difficult save. It's good for her. Whitney Wren now breaks it in for the Engineers. But her play is disrupted by Stacy. Whitney Wren, however, picks the puck up again. And Hannah Bohonic's able to keep it in the Lakers zone. Bohonic finding Schwabe on the near board. Schwabe back to Wren. Wren to Hansen. Hansen rips a shot. Bounces wide of the net. McDonald forced to come out of her crease a little bit and cover the puck. She had Schwabe breaking in hard for a rebound. Good little offensive shift there for the Engineers.
Yeah, RPI started to show a little bit of reckless abandon. That's what they need to show. Show that aggression, charge right into the goal, get in there. Like I said, if they can score a goal in the third period and keep Mercyhurst at 0, they get to leave on a high note.
The assistant captain, McDonald, equal to the task, however, and you're exactly right. Kimberly's shot blocked down, as you were saying, Sam. They seem to be a little bit more offensively minded right now. McCaskill able to find Robillard. Robillard coming into the zone. Her bid to the front of the net, though, goes wide. Now it's Feisler. Feisler possessing the neutral zone. She elects to bring it into her own zone for a regroup. A nifty little passing sequence there. Breaking into the neutral zone was Robillard. As I said, a nifty little passing sequence. Saw Robillard coming out 2-on-1. But Lavisa Slander makes the stop. Now Tremblay coming in. A nice shot by her. Oh my goodness, a bouncing puck. Shots by Tremblay and Hayes didn't make it to the back of the net. There's some nice rebound opportunities there. Ferrole now with it in her own zone. Finding Orskowski on the near boards. Orskowski and Hilwa seem to have a little miscommunication. They both end up at the same puck. And it's turned over. Hartwick now with it for the Lakers. Hartwick finding her teammate Kersey. And they're able to break it out. But Hilwa disrupts the play in the neutral zone. Hilwa coming in. She has Hartwick on her. And Hartwick is able to strip her of the puck. But not without getting a penalty.
Well, it's one of those penalties can hurt the team right now, but it's one of those. What's nice is this can give RPI an advantage. 2 minutes, that's a little less than half of what's left in the game.
Yeah, we'll give a little bit more. Hartwick is going for 2 minutes for tripping. The Engineers will have the next 2 minutes on the power play, as Sam was saying, and have been a little bit more offensively inclined these last few minutes.
Yeah, and not having Hartwick out there could actually hurt them. I believe Hartwick has 1 goal today.
Hartwick has been very, very good for them so far. Hansen now with the puck on the blue line. Hansen over to Apache. Apache walking in, shoots! Oh, went off a couple bodies in front, goes behind the net. Grigsby now with it. Grigsby takes her defender with her. I think it was Horton, and ends up at the blue line. Bohanik's shot kind of went off weird on her. She was set up by Hansen. One timer didn't make it to the net. Bohanik now behind the net with it. The defenseman trying to throw it in front, but it goes off the back of the cage. Stacy now with it finds her teammate Horton, but it's disrupted by Grigsby. Rapace now with it in the corner. Goes up to Hannah Bohanik. Bohanik shoots, it's a wrister, and it goes off a foot in front. I think that was Stacy's foot it went off of. Grigsby now with it behind the net. Grigsby throws it up top for Bohanik. Bohanik gives it to Hansen, who was right behind her. Hansen over to Rapace. Rapace's attempted pass blocked there by Knott. But Josephine Hansen grabs it in the neutral zone. The Engineers break back in. As Hansen hands it over to Raspa, who throws it behind the net. McDonald came out to stop the puck for her teammate, Feisler. Feisler able to clear it all the way down to the Engineers zone, where Ferrole has to pick it up behind her own net. Tough break there for the Engineers. As we were saying, they had some offensive opportunity. Ferrole's pass for Awanski didn't quite hit the target, and it's thrown back into the Engineers zone. Ferrole again with it behind her own net, and she waits.
Lakers doing a good job clearing the puck to RPI's zone a lot.
Absolutely, and that's a huge key when you're on a penalty kill. If any young players are watching, you want to make the team that's on the power play go 200 feet. Awanski's pass for, I think it was Ferrole, goes a little bit off. In fairness, she had Isbell right on her. Orskowski now picks it up. Orskowski coming up the boards. Finds Hilwa. Hilwa gets tripped down, but no call on the play. It continues. Wren now possessing for RPI. She brings it into the Lakers zone. Good bid there from Wren to Hilwa. McDonald equal to the task, and there's some madness going on in front. The goaltender McDonald not taking too kindly to Lindsay Hilwa trying to score there. Hilwa's stick actually ended up between McDonald's legs. That was a McDonald getting very feisty there. Good job by the captain, Lindsay Hilwa, though, to keep her cool despite being swarmed by a couple of Lakers there.
Yeah, that shows the true experience of a captain right there. Able to keep calm under any circumstance, any situation. That's what you want to see in a captain. Definitely.
Good job there by Hilwa. The play does come out. Faceoff was outside the Lakers zone. And Kimberly's bid to put it back in went into the RPI bench. Almost hit Kira Bombay there. Bombay, however, giving Kimberly a wave to say it's all good. And the faceoff will now be at center ice, based on where Kimberly was when the puck came out. Faceoff won by Knott. Goes back for the Lakers. I believe it's Blazin that is able to find Wernski. Wernski throws it to the middle for her teammate, Guillardo, but but nothing comes of it. Engineers able to break it back out now. Ellie Tremblay moving through the neutral zone. Tremblay rips a shot. Blocked down there. Attempt by Kimberly. The defenseman Kimberly came up for an attempt. It's also blocked by McDonald. Hayes keeps it in. And she, Tremblay, and Blazin battle for it on the boards. Now Kimberly has it on the near blue line. Goes over to Hansen. Hansen elects to put it into the corner where Oros tries to pick up. Throws it in front. Tremblay was there, but she was held up a little bit by Blazin, and McDonald is able to grab the bouncing puck. Engineers showing a little bit of what we saw at Mercyhurst earlier.
Yeah, I think RPI is learning from their enemies, so to speak. They're showing that new offense, trying to test Mercyhurst to see if they can handle the same sort of aggression they were throwing at them earlier.
Definitely a good couple offensive shifts here. We have Mercyhurst now possessing the puck. She puts it back into the corner for Grigsby, but Stacy for the Lakers is able to pick it up. There's a battle now going on here. I think it's Paddock, Stacy, Raspa, and Grigsby. They're calling there was a hand pass on the Lakers, so this will be an offensive faceoff for the Engineers, near side faceoff dot in the Lakers zone. As you were saying, exactly, they're showing similar tendencies to the Lakers were earlier. A couple passes from behind the net coming out in front. Feisler had the puck after the initial faceoff, but her teammate Whitten is called for interference immediately off the faceoff with exactly 2 minutes left. So
that means the remainder of the game for RPI will be as a power play.
That's exactly right, Sam. We're going to have 2 minutes left in this game, 2 minutes of RPI power play. RPI not able to convert on their previous power plays, unfortunately. Let's see if they fare better this time around. A little bit of scrumming at the faceoff, eventually won by McCaskill for Lakers, who, throws it all the way down to the Engineers zone. Hansen now with it behind her own net. She waits for her teammates to assemble. Hansen coming up through. She finds Rapace on the far side. Rapace breaking in, and her attempt to go off the boards bounced off a Lakers player. I'm not sure if it was her stick or her head. Hopefully her stick. But tough break, and the faceoff will come to center ice again.
It's a little bit of progress. It's one of those, if RPI can win this faceoff right here, that'll put them in a good position.
Definitely. Shots on goal for the Lakers, 45 to the Engineers, 17. Shots this period have been a little bit more even. However, I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but we've seen the Engineers at least look a little bit more offensively inclined this period, which is a nice change. Grigsby now on the far side. Grigsby has time and space. I don't think she realized how much she had, but she eventually gives it to Hansen. Hansen winds up, rips a shot, but it's blocked up high. I think it was McCaskill got a stick on it. Lakers eventually able to clear it. That was 25 Skinner, one of the assistant captains for the Lakers, sending it all the way down. Louisa Slander comes out to stop the puck for her teammate, Josephine Hansen. Hansen behind her own net, walks up and gives it to Kimberly. Kimberly looking for Oros on the near side, but it's broken up there by Maggie Knott for the Lakers. Smith now, Rachel Smith for the Lakers coming into the Engineer zone. She's got time. She had Knott on the far side and attempted to pass over to her, but luckily it was a little bit off for the Engineers. Maggie Knott with it in the Engineer zone. She's battling with Hayes and Tremblay. Eventually Amanda Kimberly comes in to pick up the loose puck. Kimberly was looking for Hayes and eventually makes it that way. Hayes breaking into the Lakers zone. However, her bid to the net is stopped by Paddock. Owanski now in the neutral zone. Owanski to Hayes. Hayes, I think, was looking for Kimberly, but it ends up on the Lakers' stick. Wierenski brings it in. Her shot blocked by Kimberly. Oros stripped of the puck there by Frappe. Frappe brings it around the net. Has a wraparound attempt stopped and a subsequent rebound stopped. And that will do it for this game. Our final score was 7-1 in favor of the Lakers. Shot counts, as we last saw, were 47-17. I believe that will go up as we get those last few final shots counted. I'm sorry. Tough day for the Engineers here. Lakers ended up going 3 for 7, I believe, or 3 for 7. The Engineers, unfortunately, going 0 for 6. Obviously, a tough day for for the Engineers. Any thoughts from you, Sam,
Yeah.
about them going forward?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be nice. Start off with the positives as well as the Engineers in the third period. What's good to keep in mind is they were actually able to have close to the same number of shots as Mercyhurst. Since I checked a little bit ago, at the end of the second period, they had only around 8 shots, and they were able to actually double that number, and with 17. They showed that improvement in the third period. They showed that they can compete with Mercyhurst at that level. Now let's see if they can do that for a whole game.
Definitely. I think you hit the nail on the head there. The Engineers, unfortunately, only really showing a lot of spark in those last 20 minutes. Before that, it was here and there, but it wasn't often. A tough day for both goaltenders. Both of them played admirably. Lavisa Salander getting pulled after about 5 minutes of play in the first period. Kira Bombay coming in. She had 26 saves, 4 goals against. Lavisa Salander letting up 3 goals. I'm not sure what her final save count will be for the day, but both goalies coming in when they came in relief did admirably. Especially Kira Bombay. You have to think going forward that this is going to be a high point of this weekend for her play.
Something that's always good to keep in mind is Kira Bombay is still young. She's only a sophomore. She's got a lot of time still ahead of her to improve and become a great player. She's a good player right now. She can become a great player.
Definitely. They both are, and they both have, there's a long season ahead. A lot more games to be played. This has been Sarah Till.
And Sam Kasura.
We are coming to you from the Houston Fieldhouse. This has been RPI Women's Hockey from RPI TV. We thank you for watching. Please tune in at 7 o'clock tonight to watch the men take on Ohio State.
Like I said, the third period they showed that, hey,